Hello dear students, welcome in this online session of 9th Standard English Medium SS. Now the lesson which we took in the continuity last time in the previous lecture will be continuing today here. So now you have to take out the textbook of SS lesson number 13 and the part first. Now in this second lecture we will study in the page number you have to focus, that is 102. The map shows how easily Indian states, water boundaries and the different features of that here. So now if I talk about the regional thing of India, then we can understand, my dear students, that India holds a strategic location as I also made you understand in my previous lecture. As well we can say that the location of India is derived geographically. Therefore, we can also understand that this kinds of location of India across the international waterways is also important, and with the basic, we can say, opening of the Suez Canal, as you know that basically Suez Canal, as I have mentioned you also in my previous lecture, that in the time of Jawaharlal Nehru, the opening of Suez Canal was one of the basic factor where we started to progress and develop in the European countries or European nations also. Therefore, we can say that in the 1869, you must remember the date, the Suez Canal opened in the 1869. The distance between the India and the Europe has been reduced by the 7,000 kilometers, and also the sea route connecting to the eastern and the southern East India has been also derived out here, where we can say Australia to Africa, Europe passes has been also given there, and throughout that Indian Ocean is also circulating. So therefore we can say that the country like India is getting much kind of immense progress by opening of this kinds of canals here. Now this is not only it where we are understanding the knowledge, we need to understand more apart from thing. That's why we need to move further. So if I also explain you in the further, then we can say ocean has given immense beauty as well as the trade business as well as the international partners also to India and Indian zones. As well we can say that the CARICORUM African waterways and the Suez Canal waterways pass by India. Therefore we can say Canada and US can be also reached through the same waterways from India, and also we can say that it can be also going via the Strait Malacca to the Pacific Ocean. So these are the basic thing which we are actually understanding, that if these kinds of canals were not created, my dear students, then the India and its international boundaries should not, or it could not be extended well towards the international level. So you need to focus on the page number 101 and 102. Therefore we can say that India has contacted with many countries. We have contacts with many countries. They are like friends of us. As well we can say that since the many centuries, as we are sharing our boundaries, goods and ideas are also transported from one place to another, and Indian people are also transported. Same as we can say we are having exchange of scientific inventions also since the ancient time to the primitive era. As well we can say similarly the concept of Upanishads, then stories, then all the Ramayana, Panchtatra, then therapeutic stories and all these kinds of things are methods are also mentioned here. Science and surgery have been also developed in India, which have been extended towards the international boundaries of the America and many other countries here. Means they are actually working in the medical science also on our footprint. They're also working in the technical science including our footprints. That's why India is respected in whole part of the world here. Now if you talk about the system of India is quite unique, and that's why people are attracted towards it here. Therefore we can say that reaching many parts of the world, India has an important location in the South Asia as you talk about. So there are 29 states and a national capital territory using 6 union territories in the India. So that is the basic geographical locative we can say information regarding India and regarding Indian zones. Being an Indian, if you are not knowing that kind of thing, then you should compulsory know that kind of thing also related to the India and its location here. So this is not only the it here, we need to understand the neighboring thing also. Now what is the neighboring thing? See, one thing we need to understand, neighbors of India. Who are the neighbors of India? The map itself shows that neighboring countries of India. See, India has common neighbor boundaries shared with the Pakistan, Afghanistan, northwest side, and also we can say that with the northwest side China, Nepal, Bhutan, and in the northeastern side with the Myanmar, that is Myanmar, then Burma, then Bangladesh in the eastern part of the our nation here. So these are our we can say friends also you can call them, or the neighbors also, or the business partners also you can call them, because they are actually lying in the neighboring part of the India. See, one of the thing which I would like to share with you, my dear students, that is the general concept about the buffer stake. See, Nepal is also actually coming in between of the two big nations, like we can say like one is the India here. So if you talk about the Nepal is not having any kind of oceanic boundaries, therefore Nepal is actually a buffer state, and this is the basic general knowledge related to your own theory to the India here. That kind of extra gap I will be giving you, and that you need to understand here, where the Pakistan stands into the two basic differences here. One is the eastern Pakistan, one is the western Pakistan. So if you go more further, geological structure is defined in India and they are different. Now how the geological structure can be different? Whenever earth crust is defined, you need to understand, whenever the earth crust is defined, it is defined over the tectonic plates here. So from where this tectonic plate came? Actually these were from the formation of the earth, and they formed by the help of magma and lava many more other kinds of such mountains eruptions and highland altitude also they formed, as well as they made plateaus also, they made vast land also, then grasslands also, and many more kinds of things here. So the current physiography of India that you can understand here is also relating in this factor. Before starting this, I would like to share you some more detail about the neighboring countries, because I think that you should remember more about the neighboring countries here. See, in the south side, Sri Lanka and the Maldives are maritime boundaries sharing the neighbors here. Same as well, India and Sri Lanka are they are separated two of the countries by the Palk Strait and the Gulf of Mannar. Same as we can say Lakshadweep Island is also there, located in the Arabian Sea. As well, if you move further in the theory of the basis, we can say while Andaman and Nicobar Island are also located inside the Bay of Bengal, straight away from the basic zone of the India, that is more than 2000 something kilometers from the Indian zones. So somehow it is coming in the Indian location only, but actually in the center of the Bay of Bengal. So therefore we need to understand, my dear students, that these all are the basic conceptual theories related to India. Whenever we are studying about the motion theories about the Indian geographical location, we should also study about the physiography, the tectonic plates and all here. Now, what are the tectonic plates? Focus on the page number, that is 103, and the figure number, we can say 13.5. Okay, there you can find the tectonic plates. Let me define you how many kinds of tectonic plates are there. There are basic 3 tectonic plates. Okay, now they are actually divergent plate, okay, convergent plate, and then transformed boundaries. Divergent plates are dividing from each other, they are separated from each other. Same as convergent plates are actually coming together. And as well, if you go more further, then we can say that transformed boundaries are the plates which are actually separating two of the boundaries from each other. So that's the simple basic factor about the Indian zone and the location also here. See, my dear student, if you will not understand basic theories about the tectonic plates and asthenosphere as well magma and lava, then you are not going to understand the physiography of India, the geological structure of India. So now focus on the page number 103. Now here the current physiography of India is result of tectonic crustal moment of the earth. Both constructive as well as destructive effect can be seen here with the moment created in the ancient past here. Even if the Himalayas are also, if you talk about the Himalayas, they have been also somehow originated by these tectonic moments only, by the converging plate only, not by the diverging plate. So therefore we can say that the knowledge about the interior of the earth is very interesting. If we talk about core, mantle, crust, and many more kinds of internal examples are there, asthenosphere, and many more other kinds of spheres are also there. So therefore we can say heat is generated in the liquid form, okay, and then the stone is actually trying to melt it out in the semi-liquid kind of state of matter. And therefore with the radioactive process in the interior of the earth, it extends, or we can say it stands to reach the surface of the earth, generating a conventional current here. I'm talking about a magma and lava. How this land formed? What was the reason behind that? Why the mountains are there? Why the mountains are conical shape? This is the conical shape. Why the mountains are fold mountain? If you'll see the Modasa, if you'll see a roughly range of Modasa, Rajasthan, eastern part of Uttar Pradesh and all, a roughly range is the ancient mountain of the world. Means it is the oldest mountain of the world. So they are the fold mountain, but the highest mountain is the Mount Everest. So it is a conical shape of the mountain that you need to understand, my dear students. So therefore going further, we can say that it tends reaching to the generating surface of the earth, and therefore current breaks upward into the layer into pieces, and they are known as the lithospheric plate. If these kinds of hot, we can say molten materials are struggling to come out surface of the earth by the help of pressure, water vapor, then they are molten after, they are becoming somehow cool in the temperature. It means that the nature is actually making them to cool down in the temperature, and therefore you can find the land formation is occurring. Same as the soil formation is also very slow process. Denudation process is that it means soil is formating after the denudation process. That's also a long term of the process, and the diamond formation process is also a very long formation process, which I have discussed in my previous earlier lecture. So therefore we can say that these lithospheric plates are today also they can be seen, and into 7 major tectonic plates are divided here. So we'll read about the first plate, Pacific plate, the North American plate, Southern American plates, and also we can say that Antarctic plates are there. So therefore these all the plates are there, where we can say Eurasian plates are also there, African plates are there. These all plates are actually working to give the life stability to the people over the earth, as well we can say that neighboring countries also. Sath if you talk about, means along with that, if you go more further, Indo-Australian plates are also there. Do you know that Australia was a part of India? Means it was very nearing, but before we can say after many time ago, it separated from India, and it went more than 10,000 kilometers far away from India. So therefore we can say that these are the like Indo-Australian plate, Eurasian plates are there, and we can say Antarctic plates are there. These all are the plates here, where we can say at some places these plates are drifting away. Now why they are drifting away? Drifting away means still the energy of the vibration, geothermal energy or conventional source of energy is there, which is making them drift away, and slowly they are drifting away, which are also known as the divergent plates. That's why they are dividing from each other. They are separating from each other, and they are known as a divergent plate. If you go more further, at some places these plates are closer to each other, and they are known as the convergent plate. Don't be confused, my dear student. The plates which are separating from one place to another, they are known as dividend, okay, divergent plate. And the plates which are coming closer to that is known as the convergent plate here. So these are the basic fundamental principles of the duties. As well, if you go more further, then we can say that at some places the plates are also responsible for the volcanic activities, and we can say that millions and millions years ago, what the process started, they are only responsible for the shape of the landforms which we are living today. If you are living in a mountainous zone, then your area is affected by the volcanic eruption. If you are living inside a plain zone, then your area is actually not affected by this kinds of volcanic eruption. It means that it is giving a basic clear sign that how and why the plates are actually divided and plates are into the categories, and why the landform is in a different area like structure here. So my dear students, if we just take this lecture more forward, then we can understand about the we can say divergent plate also, which is responsible with the create some kinds of gorgeous means the deep we can say cuts between the two lands also. As well we can say that the landform which are in the oceans, the water filled areas are also because of divergent plate. Why the oceans came, from where the ocean came, why there is two kinds of plates, and in between the ocean is there, why the two landforms are divided by the ocean, because divergent plates were responsible for that here. And always we can say they create the fissures also, means a huge duct inside the earth here. They create the fissures, and content situated, we can say continent which are situated these at these areas, they are also known as the fissures, which are drifting continuously from one place to another slowly and slowly. So such plates are also known as the divergent plate here. If you want to get some more information, then what you can do, you can get a proper research over the lesson on by the help of some kinds of internet social sites also, or you can watch some of the videos too here, my dear students. So now focusing on the page number 104. India was a part of very vast and ancient landmass, which is also known as the Gondwana's land. Which land? That is the Gondwana's lands. Now this large landmass consisted of present South America. Now you need to understand that this India was a part or consisting South America, also Africa, Australia and Antarctica, as I said here. Then the plate started drifting. So Australia is far away from us, America is far away from us, Africa is far away from us. Though they are the neighboring, but they are far away from us. So we can say that over a period, this Indo-Australian plate started drifting, means they started separating Now why they are separating? Because as I said you that the geothermal energies are there, non-conventional source of energies are there, some kinds of convection currents are there which are making them to drift away. So they drifted gradually, and somehow we can say presently South America and Africa, Australia, Antarctica, they went away, and over a period the Indo-Australian plate also started to drift from one place to another towards the other part here. So it is also believed that these plates collide with each other and they form the Eurasian plates also before almost 5 crore years ago. That's a huge information that we need to understand. Now it is also believed that these plates collide with each other, as I said you, and they also formed like 5 crore years ago about the Eurasian plates, and due to the collision between these two Indo-Australian plates, Eurasian plate and the Himalayan mountain system emerged to the Tethyan Sea. Himalayan mountain system means Himalaya came out in the Tethyan Sea. So that is also we need to understand why the Himalaya is so much taller and bigger. Actually it got the force from downwards to stand upwards. Like physics is there. If you push two of the object closer, they will create a point of the, we can say they will create a basic point where the energy should be released out, energy releasing point, and where the mountain of Himalaya also came above, because these two plates are convergent towards each other. They are coming towards each other in the Tethyan Sea. That you need to understand. So therefore we can say a large valley was formed due to South Himalayan system, wherein alluvial sedimentation deposition can be also seen here. Alluvial sedimentation means the land which is consisting maximum amount of good minerals, good for the fertility of the farm also. That has been also developed here. Ganga plateaus have been also developed due to that. And after that we can say that Ganga plain between Himalayas and the Shalish and the southern peninsula was formed as a huge volcanic eruption took place in the northwest of the India or the peninsular zone, which has been also submerged inside the water. And therefore we can say that this led to the formation of Arabian Sea also. So one part of the western India, when submerged into the water, there came up the water, and you can see the Gujarat coming out of the Indian zone but attached towards the Indian zone, and downside the ocean is that. So that is the sea is there, Arabian Sea is there. That is also one of the reasons because of the, we can say, diverging of these kinds of plates, submerging of these kinds of big plates here. As well, if you go more further, this led to from the Arabian Sea, and also due to submerging of the Western Ghats became the more distinct area to go there. And that's why it became the international boundaries also for the especially Gujarat and Maharashtra. And down bottom it created the whole peninsular zone here. So therefore we can say thus a large diversity is seen in India. Subcontinent low-lying mountains are there, ranges are there, northern plateaus are there, Himalayan mountains are there, then summits are there, northern plains are there, and maximum kinds of like physical features we can see in India. Also, if you talk about the alluvial deposition have found in the plain, alluvial deposition, the soil which is consisting more amount of minerals, less amount of impurities can be also seen in the Ganga plateaus, in the Chotanagpur plateaus, inside the Ganga plains also. And therefore, two of the edge of the Ghats of the two sides plateaus, coastal plains are also situated on the eastern side. So you can find two Ghats on the eastern sides as well. Western margin, India holds a diversified physiography. So as per the western side also you can see some kinds of Ghats, and the Bay of Bengal still it is lying there. So therefore we can say by this kinds of geographical condition, physiography, then converging plates, diverging plates, Himalayan emergence, fold mountain and all, India holds a strategic boundary, and India holds a diversified geographical condition. State you will see the food is changing, state you will see the India rivers are changing, state by state the climate is changing, maximum kinds of change are there, and this change furthermore leads to the change of the people, their wearing style, eating style, festival style, their, we can say, their food style, many more different kinds of farming style is also changing here. So this was the lesson number 13, and the India, or we can say that the location of geological structure of India and physiography. Also you can get some more detail about this lesson in the chapter number 14, which we will take in the upcoming semester. So till then you can take care, keep revising, and you must read this lesson once again with you and listen the lecture very carefully, because you will become a very good child, and if you are not doing that kind of thing then you will be confused out also. So I am taking a leave from this lecture. We'll start a brand new fresh new lecture in some other part of the video. Till then you can take care. Jai Hind.